Okay, I'm going to work on this ticket. This has caused a few failures in the book test suite. I ran the test suite already. It takes more than 15 minutes, I think. So that's we have now the results of the last test suite, and we are going to work on them. We start at the top. You see there are 26 failures. Okay, we will have some work. This is usually now this session is about working on a test, adapting the test suite after a series of changes. This is what you see here. You see that it is a failure in this file. I'm gonna copy the name already. I see that okay, there are the minus and plus. They say the differences in the output. Or let's look at the. I will not work in this terminal. I'll open another terminal and start my book there. I'll do my things there because I want to have this test output on my screen until it's finished. Now I'm gonna open this file. Here it is. But I see it is in line 19, and you okay. Let's look at it first. 19. Of course, okay. This is a long output. You see, it is a doc test. The analyzer show DB overview, which gives this table of the models, and then the default table of every model, and the number of fields in that model, and the number of rows in the demo database. And there are some changes in this output. Yes, I knew. The changes are indicated here. This minus and plus, actually it is not a change. It is expected. There are 3 dots. This is an ellipsis. It means that we don't care about any differences in this line. Here it's the same for the number of sessions. We don't want tests to fail if there's an accidental session. But here in users, you see in the users line, the default table has changed to all users. That's I know. That's because we made the users table itself abstract. So that's expected change, and we must correct the test. So I'm gonna go to the test, and then the users, they are sorted alphabetically here. Oops. Here I am, and I just say all users. Of course, I remove the spaces there. Save. Go to my working thing, and then I run the test on this file again. DT is my alias for doc test. This string about how to run on the test on only one file. It is also at the beginning of each file. Basically, if you didn't forget it, you have here a comment. The 2 dots are a Sphinx comment, and then here this actually you can select this, copy it, and then run it in the root directory of the book project, and then to rerun the test. Now it didn't say anything, so sometimes it says something, but here it didn't say. So we are finished with that file. Go to the next file. I scroll up. This was the last file. Now here there's the second last file. Here I see also already, okay, there's one view less. That's normal also because our users table is now abstract. It's no longer considered a view. So that's normal that our number of views in these outputs, this is the show complexity factors function, which is so for certain applications we do this in the TerraDB. So I just open it, TerraDB. Here I copy already my string. I go to that place. It's here. It's 323. Moves changes to 372. And I go to my worker terminal and run that doc test to test it again. I'm gonna maximize this window as well. Okay. This one, it was. There's another failure in line 37. It's again the same. You see, users becomes all users. It's because in that file we have the complexity factors and also the database models. This is for Terra now. It's another application, so that's why we have to do it again. Run the tests again. While these are running, I might scroll already to the last file. So we were here in the test there. We are working on this maybe it will fail, maybe not. Then we have the another failure. What's that? Well, let's first watch whether it was really the last. So here I see the doc test, the last line here, that didn't give any output, so the second file is also done. To our third file, this is a bigger thing. Oh no, I don't know whether it's bigger traceback. What's happening there? I need to think a bit. I'll stop you. I will not ask you to watch while I'm thinking. Let's stop the screencast for now, or pause. Okay, here I'm back. I understood at least the problem, and I have not yet a complete solution. I'm gonna think aloud with you. Okay, our message is that it must be a string, that we are doing a query on the anonymous user object. This comes from this code. Here we say the query set on the ticket model should say that if you don't have it should filter out all the tickets that you don't have a right to work on. And if you are if you are a ticket staff, that means mostly the administrators or some triager, they can see all tickets. But if you are not, if you are a normal user, then you should see only those tickets for which you have for whose site you are a group member. This is expressed by this thing here. But this test, for anonymous users, they are also not a ticket staff, and they also want this test. But here we have a problem, because we cannot test. The anonymous user is not a database object, so Django will of course tell us that we cannot do that we cannot test for this user. And an anonymous user, I would say, we must somehow say how to cope with the anonymous user. We can of course say that anonymous users can see nothing. No, that's not a good solution. Actually, we want anonymous users to see all tickets that are not private, I think. I say I think because we are never very sure, but that's what we want to have in Illinois, at least. Anonymous users should see all tickets, except those that are not private. A ticket has a private thing. I think it has a field private that can be marked, or was it the site? It's also the site. Well, either the site can be private. If you declare a site as private, then all the tickets on this site should be private. Let's maybe do like this. If user anonymous, I think that's let's verify that. I don't use this very often. Users models. Let's anonymous. Do we have this? Not here. Maybe here in the mixins. No. Wow. Base user. Base user. Let's. Now we have the abstract base user here. Maybe it's defined there, I think, by Django. This is already Django code now here. Is active, save, get is anonymous. So it's a property, is anonymous. Always returns false for the it's always returns false for normal users, but not for the anonymous user. Close my files. Go back to my tickets models. So it was is anonymous. If we are going to do the filter differently, site private equals false, or no, and queue object. We don't need to test on the user. We perhaps maybe so both the private field and the on the site and the private field on the ticket must be switched off. If one of them is switched on, we don't want anonymous users to see it. Let's already try whether this test, whether the test passes now. My test was in file docspecs neu working. Okay. Go to my team. Yeah, I knew it's anonymous. It's because we have our own anonymous user object, and I think we don't. Is it in utils? No, that's the wrong file. In mixins. And oh, it was in Lino. Of course, no, it's in utils. Lino core authentication. Anonymous user. Oh, funny that we don't have a is anonymous. No, I thought we had it anonymous. Equals false. Yeah, we never tested for this until now. We did more abstract tests. So it's possible. This is a change in the Lino core, what I just did. This maybe it doesn't exist. Maybe I'm not sure whether my file, whether this was right in my memory. I'm on the tickets and I say private. I'm testing for a field private. Let's look at the ticket. There is no field private, of course, directly on the ticket, but it is in some. I think it is in the mixing time investment, if I remember well. Oh, it was in that field. So, but don't we really have a we have a field private on site? No, this is what I just wrote. We don't have that private thing. I have the feeling that we are going to have it again, that I remove this commenting. Should they all be private? No. Let's put it to false. Or maybe to true? Actually, it should be false on a ticket and true on a site, isn't it? Isn't it? And does it? Do we want it in this time investment things? I think the easiest way is now to not have it in this. Oh wait, one moment. I undo this change. Was it maybe here in commentable? I go back there. Oh, commentable does define our thing, our private field, so it should be there. What's happening? I'll remove it here because that was too tempting. This one is I also remove tidy up the code. But then why do I have this thing here? I say site underscore private equals false and private is false in tickets model 735. 735. What's happening there? Site 735. Oh, you see my bug? This is not good. I wanted to have the opposite actually. Well, let's look. Let's see whether it is Oh. So we have the same again. 736. And you get curly set. Is anonymous. Did I do something wrong? Is anonymous. Oh, excuse me. True. Anonymous is true. I guess that you have seen this immediately. Now. Oh, not yet. Really done. What does that mean? I'm gonna pause. I got it. The problem is that site is actually does not have a private field. Site is not inheriting from time investment. So we could fix it at the moment by saying just that the ticket must be private, and whether the ticket is private depends only on the ticket and not on this site. Let's do this as a temporary solution. I have the feeling that we want also sites to be either to be private by default. For example, that you can have a private site and then any ticket created on this site would be private automatically. But that would be another. Let's see this later. So here, if I do it now, I will get. It's going to get through, but there's another failure. Yeah, let's look at this. So we have a difference expected. So in our old version there were two. In this certain case here, we will go tickets by report. There were 2 tickets, and now there's only 1 ticket. Let's look what this was testing. So here this is a more complex question. Let's look. It is line 228. 228. Yes, let's look at some tests before. Why was this? Note that there are 3 sessions without a duration. That's because, so there's some unfinished sentence in front of our test case. We must guess what the author had been thinking when he wrote this test. I admit that I am the author, but I also don't remember what I have been thinking. Let's read a little bit to the service reports. The service report is a document used in various discussions with the stakeholder, the customer. It reports about the working time. This report can serve as a base for this is about service reports. Yes. So here there is a service report. It is testing a few things, whether there was a service report in that thing, and so this actually wanted to be an example for sessions without a duration. That's because of some reason. Wow! So it was a kind of special case, and actually it has been lost in some earlier. Editing. I guess that I myself am the guilty here. A session without a duration. I think we don't find them now. Oh, let's try. And good, what I wanted to. Let's try to understand what I wanted to see there earlier. So we're going to go interactive. Team and server. Sessions without a duration would be if it is not yet finished, for example. If there's no end time and it has no duration, or if it has some invalid end time, which, for example, an end time before the start time. That's maybe what it was testing there. Let's go at Robin and look whether in the. So this is now the demo database, untouched version. as it is being tested there. And I see, so there are a few, so Jean is working at ticket 1, which means that for ticket 1 there's even Jean, not only one, but there are sessions, active sessions. Jean, Luc, Mathieu, 3 people that were working on one ticket. That's not normal, but okay, it's on our demo database. These sessions have they have no duration, and maybe this test was doing something on it. So it is on ticket 1 now. These open sessions. Tickets by report and ticket 1. No, yeah. So in ticket 1 there are sessions without durations. I think and oops, our ticket 1 is no longer in our part of our sessions about on our service report. That's because certain things have changed and then the distribution is different, so that's possible. So what are we going to do with that test? We might simply throw it away, but that's basically not the purpose of testing, throwing away tests. You should throw away tests only if they have become useless. Actually, what we want to test here is to have to test it on a service report where this ticket 1 is going to appear. Is there a service report for this ticket 1? The ticket 1 is inside Welk ET now. And is there a service report? There is no service report for Welk ET, it seems. So to continue having this thing covered, we should change our demo fixtures that they create more service reports. Maybe this is the easiest way to get there. Actually, I'm going to do it interactively now. I start a service report for. Oh, who's the partner for Welk ET? So we have the site Welket. Oh, the partner is Roman. Cool. It's the right partner. It should be there actually. But then why is it not mentioned in the service report? Oh, it is mentioned actually in the service report. Oh, but it is there is no duration at all. And we have these. This is a bit suspicious. You see, they are working here. There is the so this is the what's the name of this field? No, it's not reporting. No. What's the name of this field? This column? I don't see the name of this column. Sorry, just make it bigger. Regular, yeah. So it is. So there is 1 minute of regular time on the ticket 1, although there is no time actually in ticket 1. And ticket 1 has only 3 sessions, and they are just active, and there should be not these 3 minutes. So 1 minute for every. There should not be 1 minute, is it? Where did I see that? It is only in the report that I have this regular time. So it seems that there is a bug in my. It seems that there was a bug, and that bug has been fixed somehow. It seems earlier it was 3 minutes. It was reporting 3 minutes, and I have been saying that it was 2, but actually we do want to not have the ticket 1 in that report. Yeah, that's not very much more now. So I think it's correct to have not 127 but 124 minutes. This is going to fail. I changed the contents, but it is still going to fail because the size is different. The column width is also different. So here I must. The easiest way is to copy the expected, the got an output, control insert, and to insert it here. After carefully checking whether that there is no other thing. No. I will also what I just learned. No, that. On ticket 1 have no duration in the report because they are active. It's not a normal situation. You are not going to write a report when there are active sessions. But that's not a normal situation. You are not going to write reports when for a date range when there are still active sessions. It's somehow also related by this. So this report does not have a start time or what? No. Oh, did I change something? No, I didn't change anything. So no, it's passing. My test is passing. They're working. The third test is passing. The third of 26. Yeah. It's a Benedictine's work. Sometimes no, but now it's going. Sometimes it's going to be better. Now here. What are we doing? What are we having here? Let's look at it already. It was at line 156. That's simply, I guess that Luc is no longer a triager because we needed this. Luc is a normal user. Oh no, Luc is. What is Luc? So. Well, it's in the votes thing, which is actually not used, but it is not. This might be bullshit. This votes.my offers. Is it still used? Skip. There are skip. You see, there are skips here. That's why it is passing. Oh, so some. Indeed, we don't use the votes plugin, and so actually this whole votes RST should not be in NOI anymore. I don't think that we are going to have it back. Votes was a plugin that we used in Linocare, for example. Wow. So here is another thing that this. All these concepts are no longer valid in Linonoi. They shouldn't even be tested on Linonoi. They cannot work. Maybe they should be. But how was the? I think it was Anna. This is a demo project that uses Linocare. Wow. I'm gonna use the this is old. I'm gonna run this test now. Test. No, it is still in NOI. It's not about NOI, but it is still there, and I'm not going to move it now immediately. No, it's not honesty. stupid. Is there? Yeah, we don't even have a user looking votes, but yeah, but this. So I basically plan to move the whole votes specification to use the care project, where it is probably still being used, although the care project is sleeping. But I don't yet want to throw away this votes functionality. So this is what I need to do now. I'm gonna make a break now first, and maybe not do it alone even, because that's quite complex and rather not very beginner friendly. See you later after some time.